We have been having a ton of information dropping about the brand new Star Wars season coming to Fortnite. Today, I'm not going to break down every little thing coming to the game for you. I want to give my general thoughts, and as usual, what we do with these videos, I wanted to get the thoughts of the Fortnite community as well. Everybody seems to be hyped about the season right now. I'm hyped about it. I can't wait to talk about it. Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is Kyle. I am your guy with many YouTube channels. So we do have a lot of leaks coming out, and I would imagine you'd probably hear a couple more by the time this video publishes. By the time you're seeing it, I recorded it maybe 12-ish hours before. So we at this point have a ton of leaks to talk about. The trailer already had me hyped, guys. I'm not going to go too deep into my critique about this here because I've talked about it so many times on the channel. I hate that all of this is getting leaked and revealed to us so early. Just imagine the Death Star in the sky right now, which is a beautiful touch, by the way. A beautiful touch. I love when Epic Games teases stuff like that, okay? And I don't know why they don't use more things to have visuals in the sky. The mothership in the sky was great. Galactus in the sky was great. It's always really cool when we have some impending doom coming to the island. So just imagine all of a sudden, one day that's there, right? The Death Star is up there. People are posting it all over the place. You have to figure out whether or not it's AI, whether or not you actually have to believe it. In Fortnite, silence. Star Wars accounts, silent. How cool would that be? But I'm not going to go too deep into it. I don't like that it all got leaked, okay? I just want what's best for this game, man. It has so much potential. But anyways, from what we did see from the trailers, the trailer looks great. It looks like hopefully it's not just cinematic. Hopefully that we can have some sort of lightsaber duel. We did make a video diving into the things that I would like to see from a Star Wars season. The graphics are great. I'm a fan personally of the blended characters. I know not a lot of people are, but I cannot believe they actually went with Darth Jar Jar Binks. That caught me by such a surprise when I was watching the trailer, and I love when Epic Games dives into stuff like that. We need to get more memes. We have General Grievous coming too, supposedly in the item shop, and I'm taking all the leaks as if they are going to be true right now. General Grievous is one of my favorite characters from Star Wars. That is an instant buy for me. Man, we're going to be spending some money this time around. Would we see the lightsaber pickaxes? I don't know. I don't know. They still haven't mentioned anything about it, which is crazy, but there is going to be also weekly gameplay content. It's a big collaboration season that I feel like Epic Games is going to do their best to knock out of the park. We don't know exactly, to my knowledge, what is going to be coming from week to week, but Epic Games obviously has a plan. Plus, we're getting a narrative event. Apparently, that is story related. I'm hoping it's not Star Wars story related, and I'm hoping it's Fortnite related, and I'm hoping that it doesn't mean the dark presence is Palpatine. I hope not, but if we can continue the story and add to it with all the Star Wars stuff, I am so here for that. I really am hoping the best for this. From the layout that we have right now, it looks phenomenal. I want the Force Mythics back. If they have them back, and I don't care what else they can do, man. Give me my Force Push, give me Darth Mauls, and give me the Force Pull. You put those in the game, I am a happy man. You can add or take away whatever else you want. But hang on, no durability. Get that off of my lightsabers. I want to play with my lightsabers, okay? I'm a fan of Star Wars. I'm not the biggest fan of Star Wars, but I've always thought it'd be cool to see a Star Wars season within Fortnite. There is a ton of potential over there, so I am excited for this, but it's not always just about what I think. I wanted to take a look at what the Fortnite community had to say about this, over from replies to myself, leaker pages, and from Fortnite. This also hit the Explore page, so we're going to kind of get a gauge on how people are feeling about this. By the way, if you have not liked the video yet, please hit like and subscribe, guys. I ended up posting this over on X. With everything we've seen so far, looks like we'll have a great season soon. Do you have any thoughts on Season 3? Drop them below and I will include some in a video. Thank you for your time. Thank you to everybody who did participate. If you would like to join the conversation, follow me over at Clen YouTube over on X. You can find the direct link to X in the description down below, or at the top of the description you can find the link tree with easy access to all of the channels, guys. Let's get into what everybody else had to say. Thank you very much again. Sizzo had this to say: I am super excited for this season. Easily going to be my top 3 as I'm a huge fan of Star Wars. My only worries about the season is if they do too many mashup skins. I don't mind them doing it, but only if we already have or get the actual character along with it, and we also get more official characters than mashups. And secondly, don't give the lightsabers durability. True, agree with that. Also put the Star Wars items in creative like they did with the TMNT stuff. If they get the Star Wars stuff in UEFN, that would be massive. I never even really thought about that, to be honest with you, but Sizzo, I love the optimism, but how can you say it's a top 3 favorite season already? We have so many great seasons to contain with. Like, I'm so excited. But we'll have to play it, of course, right? For the mashup skins, that's totally fair. Again, I am a fan of the mashup skins, but I would like it to see like the actual character come along like they did with Hulk on the first release. I'd be totally okay with that. Let's continue on to what Fortnite Leaks Pluto V2 had to say. Give us lightsaber pickaxes. This is what everybody has been talking about. Honestly, I don't know if we're ever going to get them. I feel like because it was such... It always has been there for Epic Games and Disney to do. Bring the lightsabers in the game. And the amount of profit they would have turned from that would be untouchable. It would be one of the biggest selling things of all time. So if they haven't done it yet, I don't really have any reason that they would do it now. Like, okay, it's a Star Wars season, but they've had big Star Wars events before. I don't know. I feel like if it was a possibility, Epic Games would have jumped on it a long time ago. I'm not getting my hopes up for a lightsaber pickaxe, although that would be really cool. Let's continue on to what Cracky Q had to say. I don't consider myself a Star Wars fan, and I am extremely excited. I can't wait to see how they implemented the vehicles, TIE fighters. I forgot to talk about that. Plus, the battle pass looks very solid. We will see how it actually looks in 2 weeks, but man, I'm hyped. Yeah, I would consider myself a Star Wars fan, but I like... Here's how I feel about Star Wars. I like it. I don't go crazy about it. I don't get excited for the new shows. I don't get, like, excited for anything Star Wars related, really. I'm a huge fan of the Clone Wars. I like the prequels, but that's about my big fan experience with Star Wars, okay? But, oh my god, I forgot to mention the vehicles. I'm not excited for the vehicles, guys. I'm excited for the potential, but I just cannot see them being as fun as the motherships. I cannot see them being as fun as the planes in Chapter 1, Season 7. Chapter 2, Season 2 with the helicopters, things like that. Epic Games has really toned down the vehicles. While this looks sick, and just flying some TIE fighters, how cool is that? We got the pilot skin coming, supposedly. I really like the design for that. I might even get that skin. Oh my god, we're going to be spending money, guys. Code Clen, item shop. We'll talk about that in just a second, but I'm excited for the potential. I'm not going to get my hopes up for that one, but I will stop you there because I did mention the code. As you guys might know, if you've been watching the channel, I have been advertising my supporter creator code in these videos. I ask that if you do not have a supporter creator code that you are using in the item shop, please consider using my code Clen. I am working as hard as I possibly can on YouTube in order to be the sole provider for my family. You guys are helping me with that, and I really appreciate it. So again, if you do not have a code that you're using, consider using my code Clen. Thank you very much, everybody. Let's continue on to what Apollo had to say. The new season looks really good so far. We will be getting weekly content, which keeps the season fresh and exciting until its end. And we're getting an actual live event of it, the Death Star Sabotage. I can't wait to use the lightsabers and Force Mythics again. I forgot to talk about the live event as well. I've heard some people saying that it's going to be like the prelude, and I've heard some people saying that it's going to be a storyline related event. I'm going to wait till we get more information from Fortnite on that, not the leakers, because they've been a little bit incorrect when it comes to events lately. I'm just going to go in with an open mind. I'm going to go in with my expectations in check. I'm going to not get too excited for the idea of how cool a Death Star Sabotage will be, thinking about it something along the lines of Operation Skyfire. The potential's there again. But guys, it is very important to keep your expectations in check. We have learned that time and time again with Fortnite seasons, okay? Joseph Muhammad had this to say. I've never been so hyped for a season in years. I love that we'll get weekly updates. I hope we'll have new POIs and items with those updates. I can't believe that we'll be getting a story live event after 3 years. The fact that we have to wait until May gives me the ick. But yeah, it's exciting. All of it that we've been seeing so far, it's shaping up, and it looks like it could very well be one of the best seasons that we've ever had. Plus, it's a mini event. Just nice, easy to digest, and I really like the idea for a mini event for a collaboration season. If Epic Games were to do this chapterly, I'd be totally okay with this. Yearly? Is chapterly a word? Sorry. Yearly. I'd be excited like at the idea of this, because even for the people who don't like the collaboration seasons, they can only play with it for a month. I'm okay with that, man. Let's continue on to what Grookey had to say. I don't care for it. Don't get mad at me, guys, for saying, because everyone does apparently. You lot enjoy it. I will give it a shot, but Star Wars ain't my vibe. Hopefully it surprises me like Marvel did, but until then, I shall sit back and wait. Time to get on that Rivals grind. I love that, man. I absolutely love that. You're going to give it a shot. If you don't like it, you don't like it. It's okay not to be excited for Star Wars, and I feel bad for the people who can't really join on the hype right now, because while Star Wars has some of the most passionate fans out there, Star Wars also has some of the biggest haters out there. I totally understand that. Plus, the beauty of the metaverse right now is there are so many other modes to play, and I know you might be commenting down below saying, yeah, you want to play BR, and BR is the main mode of Fortnite. I get that, but at least it's only a month, and Marvel Rivals is a phenomenal game right now, so I'm with Grookey on that, man. If you don't like it, there are other things that you can play. Urgent had this to say: I have no thoughts. The sheer hype and excitement for the season has rendered my brain unable to process criticisms. I will say, if you don't like the season, you don't have to play. Marvel Rivals is free and I highly recommend. However, I will be playing this season. I would also like to add that there's no contractual obligation that says you have to be a Star Wars fan to enjoy the gameplay this season, but I suspect Clen already said that earlier in the video. Did I say that? I might have not said that. But I totally believe that, and I should have said that because that is something that I would say. That's funny, Urgent. Maybe I said it. The problem with these videos is I just yap, and sometimes that I don't remember exactly what came out of my mouth, but I completely agree with that. I don't understand, and I never will understand, why people make themselves play things that they don't like. Try out the season. Go into it with an open mind. Don't go into it with, oh, collaboration. I'm playing Fortnite, not Ad Night. This is not my game. This is not the game that I grew up and loved. This is not my Fortnite. Star Wars. Don't go in with that attitude, honestly, because you're going to have a negative time. And if you go in with an open mind, you still don't like it, don't play it. It really is that simple. It's only a month. I love that. Fortnite Reload's great right now, too. Let's continue on to what Vortex Lore had to say. I find it funny how Eevee was introduced in Vibin the same season when Darth Vader was added to Fortnite. When she was given voice lines in Mega, that same season where we got to the Find the Force event, and now Eevee will be returning and playing a role in the Star Wars season. That is a nice touch, isn't it? I don't really have anything to add to that, but I like that. I like the Eevee skin, and I think the Star Wars mashup skin looks really clean. I've always liked the Eevee skin. Hopefully we can get some like solid super styles like Eevee already had as well. Guys, let me pause you one more time. As you might know, I am your guy with too many YouTube channels. If you check out the link tree in the description down below at the top, or you can find the direct link in the description as well, we make daily content on plenty of other channels for you to check out. I'm not going to go through every single one of them. You are more than welcome to take a look. I would love to have you over there. We've been seeing some bleed over on the other channels more recently, and I cannot thank you enough for that. Sorry, I just said that I wouldn't go into all of them. I just get excited to talk, guys. I get excited for these videos. I'm glad you watch them. The retention rate's great. I am very, very honored that you choose me to make these videos, and I'm even more honored now that people are choosing to watch other content on other channels as well. Thank you very, very much for your time, everybody. So, if you have not checked out any channels, go check them out. Mango Tone Don had this to say: I also don't have any thoughts, honestly. Season 3 looks like it's going to be fire. Fortnite X Star Wars theme has so much potential. Between the Force powers, new mythics, and POIs, this could be one of the most memorable seasons yet. I'm especially excited to see how the storyline unfolds and what surprises Epic has up their sleeve. Could you just imagine in the Star Wars season, this is the time where Epic Games decides to nail it? They just decide to nail the storyline. We have the most in-depth, awesome storyline that we could ever get. Palpatine comes in, we have some original Star Wars storyline with Eevee, then we get into the Spirit Realm, and then it just built upon everything better than Donald Mustard. I think that'd be funny, but honestly, I do agree with Don. It has a ton of potential. One of the most, potential-filled seasons of all time, honestly. Cowboy from Hell had this to say: Donald Mustard was the heart and soul of this game. Ever since he left, this game has went to crap. The gameplay is practically just reused garbage mechanics with different design, and the charm that boosted OG Fortnite was the storyline and the true story events. No one likes collabs anymore. At first they were cool because they were rare, now it's content being shoved up our throat. Collabs should be extremely rare and minimal, not the entire damn game. Fortnite's numbers may still be good, but the real game died 2 years ago and everyone knows it if you're being real. This has to be rage bait. Right? It's gotta be rage bait. I do agree that Donald Mustard was the heart and soul of the game, and I do agree that Fortnite has lost a little bit of its charm, or it's lost a lot of its charm, to be honest with you, but Chapter 6 been doing a good job at doing their best to get it back. The charm still isn't there for me, but the game's thriving without it. The game will continue to thrive, and a lot of people are going to enjoy this season. To say that nobody likes collabs anymore, and just it has to be rage bait, man, right? It's just not accurate. It's just not accurate. I will agree with the charm, but we'll stop it there. Let's continue on to what Ram had to say. I think if the Star Wars season comes out in Chapter 1 or Chapter 2, it'd receive more praises from people. Personally, I'm excited for it, and I'm not the hugest fan of Star Wars, but I like the IP enough, and to me, Fortnite is at its best when it's just trying to be fun. That's what's exciting about it, right? This season has the potential to bring all of that, crazy, wacky Fortnite charm stuff into the game. The vehicles, the lightsabers, the force powers, just weird, wacky Fortnite stuff. Things like Darth Jar Jar Binks using Force Lightning. I am excited for it as well. Let's continue on to Plarium. I think collab season and a mini season together should work well. Content is added constantly, so it should always feel like a Star Wars season. Also, if a player doesn't like Star Wars, Fortnite doesn't appeal to them for a month rather than 3. Finally, give me Grievous. And it's funny too, and I totally agree with General Grievous, by the way, but it's funny now that something like this is coming out and we've had mini seasons before, and people have wanted Fortnite chapters to be just a little bit longer or maybe have like 5-6 seasons. It's funny to think about how we never really thought of having the collaborations actually being the mini seasons instead of having like an entire 3 or 4 month season sometimes that people have to play through. It's interesting, man. I'm just so excited. Let's continue on to what Mr. Plays Max had to say. I think the season looks hype. It gives me Chapter 2 Season 7 vibes of like the flying vehicles and the live event being similar to Operation Skyfire, which is a top 3 event in Fortnite. The idea of a 1-month collab season is really good, as if players don't like the IP, they only have to wait 1 month for it to be over rather than 3 months collab seasons we've had before. This 1-month collab season opens up opportunity that we can get 1-month collab seasons every, like what if we get with Disney, DC, or another collab type month season, which would be cool. Yeah, I would imagine if this is successful, or to be honest with you, it might not even have to be successful, that this is something Epic Games might consider doing yearly. I hope that it ends up being like Chapter 2 Season 7. That is my favorite season of all time, that and Chapter 1 Season X. So I get the vibes. I'm feeling the vibes as well. It's just difficult for me to sit down and say, okay, this is going to be as fun as Chapter 2 Season 7. I'm going to go into it with an open mind. I can't wait for it. If you guys want to check out the 2 videos we've already talked about with the Star Wars season, this video on top right here is the official reaction we've had to the trailer, and the bottom one is everything that Epic Games needs to do in a Star Wars season. I would love to have you over at either video. Thank you so much for being here, everybody. Take care.